Got a lot of this going on. A bit of wire up on the exhaust to stop it rattling.
It's just to...
The wing that's not actually attached. I think there was a child driving this.
A couple of weeks ago, we set ourselves the challenge of buying a cool car for no more than £1,000 on the world's most unsavoury marketplace, Facebook Marketplace. We found a ropey second-generation NA automatic MR2, and upon testing the car on the road, it was clear that all was not well.
Wow. Knock, knock.
But because we love an underdog, we bought it anyway. And today we're at Fensport, who tune, build and maintain Toyotas. And as you can see, they're pretty good at what they do.
But before we get into the nitty-gritty, a quick message from this week's video sponsor, the Toyota Untold podcast, which has relaunched this year with a whole host of awesome new episodes. New episodes explore classic relics of the past and look into the future of the driver-vehicle relationship with harrowing tales, insider info, and some outdoor enthusiasm mixed in. Check out episode 30 where they go in-depth on the MR2, featuring American autocrossing legend Bill Strong, alongside Jack Ferguson and Andrew Eliza, two Toyota engineers with a deep love for the mighty mid-engine. Subscribe to or follow the Toyota Untold podcast now, and remember that all episodes are free and streaming now wherever you guys like to listen. Anyway, let's go find out how broken our £1,000 MR2 really is. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is Andy Waitman from Fensport. Good to see you. First impressions of our £1,000 Facebook Marketplace MR2.
It's a bit of a weapon. This is a pristine Facebook Marketplace car.
There we go. And thank you very much for watching this episode.
Let's get it up in the air. We'll have a look underneath it and see what's going on. It's got a bit of an oil leak.
Yeah.
They all do. Looking really clean, to be fair. People usually jack them wrong up here and crush the seals and then they rot out here. Seals are really clean on it. This shock absorber looks like it's exploded.
That explains the knocking. Do you remember that knocking?
We've got a lot of this going on.
Yeah. It's active aero.
I'm in awe of it.
Stunned silence. Look at this. Yeah, Andy's been working with Toyotas for 45 years. He's never seen anything
I've never seen anything quite as impressive as this.
Yeah.
The condenser for the aircon, which I'm guessing doesn't work, it's kind of disappeared.
Yeah.
Yeah. That probably doesn't work.
Cheap?
Hard to find.
Expensive then, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay.
The radiator actually looks quite good for one of these. They're usually leaking. It's the original radiator, which is good. We've got this properly made radiator. It's not got plastic end caps on it. Anti-roll bar link. The boot is split. Not a lot to see in the middle. Yeah. Fuel tanks under here. These things are called cancer bars for the obvious reason that they rot away.
Christ.
So that one's gone. That one there's going as well.
Yeah.
But it all looks fairly solid.
So score out of 10 for the chassis then?
So I give it, it's a solid 8. You've done well to find one that's not rotten. I do like that, how someone has put a bit of wire up on the exhaust to stop it rattling. Yeah. That's pretty impressive. Yeah. The cat looks like it's rotted out. The exhaust could do with changing really.
Easy job?
No, again, subframe down. Nothing's easy. It's an MR2, nothing's easy. One rule of thumb with an MR2 is if you want to do anything, you have to take the engine out.
Okay, cool.
Wiper blades, wind mirrors.
Yeah. Oh wow, look at the lovely cracking.
I did see that when it was parked outside. You do need some tyres out on the back.
Yeah, that's good, that. We like that. Yeah. We like dry rot in tyres, don't we, at Car Throttle?
So another thing with this is when you've got a rusty one, you put poly bushes in here and people will crack the chassis because of the strain on it, and it's so weak it'll just rip it out, and then you have to weld a new plate up there with a
bloody hell
with a captive nut in it.
So would you say if we wanted to, we probably shouldn't do that?
No, well, I mean it's up to you, but you get away with it on this car because it's quite solid.
And the other side looks all right?
Yeah, the other side looks good. Chewing gum that's probably holding it together there.
So when is actually the last time that you saw an NA automatic?
Here?
Yeah.
Never.
Really?
I've never seen one here.
That commands a price, because rarity, unicorn status. Do you think we did well for £1,000?
Yeah. Yeah, as a donor car, to rip all the rubbish automatic out of it. Checking the bushes for some movement. Yeah. Bush is pretty solid, the arms are a bit crusty, but they all are crusty. Ball joints look all right.
So currently the only thing at the moment is the shock absorber
and the anti-roll bar link on that side. Engine mount split here.
Ah.
The fuel line is a bit crusty juggler. That pipe there always seems to go. One of the worst things on these cars are the rear brakes. The handbrake mechanism on them is super complicated.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they always end up seizing up, and then the calipers always stick on the back. So the fact that you can turn your wheels is impressive, that they're not stuck on. These bushes here are a bit perished, but that's just the same as usual. You used to be able to pick these up for probably an NA you'd get for about £2,000. Now, probably 4.
Really?
Yeah, that's everything, just all the Japanese car scene has gone crazy. Stuff that was 750 quid is now £5,000. Turbos are 7, 8, 10, wow. 10 grand.
So despite this having an automatic gearbox,
yep,
and no paintwork currently, £1,000, I think is quite a good price.
Yeah, so as a rolling show, it's awesome. Springs all look good, shock's not leaking.
Good.
Which is always a winner. There's some play in that shock absorber though. I think there's a bit of play in the wheel bearing as well.
Wicked. So we've got double play.
Yep.
DP. Double play!
Got some nice water pipe here.
Yeah.
Rubbing on the wheel, that's pretty impressive. And
it's just to...
the wing that's not actually attached.
We don't need to gloss over that bit.
Pretend that's not the case, shall we? Got some play there. I think it's in the rack. It's the inner joints in the rack. Pads are good, discs are good. Got the funky little TRD logo on. Yeah, it's in the rack.
Oh, okay.
So you've got play in the rack, and these got a really weird hydraulic rack on them that's half electric, half hydraulic. So when you get to higher speed, it stiffens it up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For a 1990 car?
Yeah, they do some crazy stuff. Bloody on the G Limited ones, you've got steering fog lights as well and stuff. They were pretty cool back in the day. Springs good on this side.
Yeah, nice.
New pads, crappy discs.
So overall,
it's not horrendous.
Not too bad.
No. You've got the best bit, you've got the T-tops.
Exactly.
It's the best part of the car.
And this is probably, arguably, the most desirable MR2 in the country.
Yep.
T-top, two-tone, NA,
automatic. Spare wheel and the original toolkit.
Oh.
It's going up in value.
Yeah.
You've got one bolt holding the wing in, and that side. That's pretty impressive.
Really?
Go on, whack it up and let's have a look. I reckon we're about there.
Oh, did he flinch?
No.
No
I
flinching.
felt it go past my hair though. Missing the hose for the air filter.
Yeah, where the hose at?
In different area codes.
Very good. So currently driving without an air filter.
Yes.
Good idea?
No.
Okay.
He'll live forever anyway.
Okay then. One of the most rare engines you will see ever. Boom. The catch, by the way, is behind the driver's seat.
Sorry, was that a bit high for you? That wasn't a short passing joke. Oil leaks everywhere. It's stock, except for the oil cap. Everything's pretty standard under here.
Mm-hmm. And how are they to work on?
A pain in the ass. These bits come out so you can get a bit more access down the side, but other than that, doing cam belts on them is a nightmare. The NA ones aren't so bad. There's not a lot under here to get in your way, but the turbo ones, anything on them is a nightmare.
How much power can these take?
What's the stock engine?
Yeah.
About 300 horsepower.
Really?
Safely, yeah.
That's decent.
They crack blocks a lot.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Ah.
So people probably, you get with the internet people now, but yeah, they crack blocks. So I've cracked 2 of my own engines. It's quite an achievement.
It really is.
Good job we have an array of engines in the back.
Yeah. And am I right in thinking that this is actually a turbo?
That's a turbo
bonnet.
engine cover.
Engine cover.
Yep.
There you go.
Makes it slightly more valuable.
There you go.
That's probably worth 100 quid.
Really?
Maybe more.
A tenth of the value of this car
is
in
that.
this. Yeah.
In that. Cooling systems on these are a nightmare.
Yeah. Easy to work on?
No.
Cheap?
To bleed, no. To bleed them up, it's under the bonnet. So you have 2 bleed hoses that you attach under the bonnet, and you have to lift them up higher so that you can bleed it out. It's a nightmare. They take forever to bleed.
Oh, really?
If you get an airlock in one, they're a nightmare.
But apart from that, they're great.
Yeah, apart from that, they're
great
great.
cars to work on.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
There we go.
I think there was a child driving this.
Good one. First impressions, ignoring this phallic thing in the middle.
Yeah, apart from this disappointment here, the rest of it all looks really nice. The dash is nice, it's not cracked. It's got this swanky stereo, which looks like it came straight out of Halfords. You're missing your cubby holders in the boot, which is pretty cool. You do have the steering fog light switch.
Oh.
So it might have steering fog lights.
Oh, I don't know what steering fog lights are, but oh.
Oh. If you turn the fog lights on, when you turn the wheel, the fog lights should follow the wheels. No.
They don't work. Okay.
Ooh.
Right, so is it slide?
There's a little button at the top. You flick it over.
Yeah.
And then pull the handle down and pull out.
Wow.
And then they fit in behind there. You've got the T-top bags as well.
Yeah.
Uber rare.
Oh. T-top. And it's called T because it's easy to have your tea. We're the same height now.
Yeah, almost.
Almost.
It took you an entire MR2 to get that.
It appears this is a G Limited, so it's the top of the range one that came out of Japan.
Yeah.
So you've got your sub behind the passenger seat there, as well as you've got your T-top bags, your T-top blinds.
And I hear they're quite good.
Yeah, it stops you burning your face through
yeah.
the glass. And you've got your crazy little cubby hole behind this seat.
Oh wow, look at that. So the price of this is just going up, right?
Yeah, we're almost on £1,000 now.
£1,000 COVID tax. So we're looking at a £2,000 car now.
Two grand, yeah.
Yours for 1,500 quid as it stands. But we're going to be doing a DIY respray. But we're going to be doing it very well. Anyway, Andy.
I'll price some stuff up.
Quote me happy.
Yep, always.
All right, Andy has gone away for about half an hour. You've totted up some prices. Now, obviously, a lot of the stuff for MR2s you can't buy new, so you have to look on eBay, breakers yards, wherever. So I've asked Andy to come back with a price to kind of his standard. So if this was your car, what would you do first to get it happy? Because we've got steering rack, we've got the shock absorber, blah, 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 blah. So do you want to talk us through what you've got?
So to start with, I'd get those shocks done. I'd do the pair of the shocks. The anti-roll bar links on the front as a pair again. And then get the tyres done. And then Super Pro do a bush kit for every single bush on here. So I'd probably just do that as well.
Okay.
But to fix the bits that are broken, so to do the shocks, if you're lucky and the rack is just the inner joints, they're still available. And it's not the actual rack that's gone. You're looking at about 500-600 quid.
Okay.
To get it done. If you wanted the bushes, everything doing, looking about £1,000.
So £1,000 to make this car actually pretty happy and handle well and just generally be a lot safer.
That's not including your tyres. I mean, your tyres are whatever you want to do to that.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. And what about the engine leak and stuff like that?
Could be something as simple as a cam cover gasket that's leaking and it's never been cleaned in all the years.
Yeah.
So you're looking probably a couple of hours labour to do that.
Okay.
Not engine out.
And what about manual swapping it? How involved is that and how much would you expect to pay for a manual gearbox?
Manual swapping is quite a big job. The ECU will be different. The gator inside, all your linkages and everything, you're probably looking about £1,500 to two grand to get that done.
Christ.
Including the box. The boxes are getting rare now.
Yeah.
That aren't. Most people smash the synchros off third gear and second gear, so they're hard to get hold of a good box.
Okay. For now, Andy, thank you very much for
Thank you very much.
spending time with the short jokes and tearing this poor MR2 a new one.
Yep.
If you've got any Toyota issues or you want to, GT86 builds and stuff like that, then check out the guys at Fensport, because what they don't know about these cars is not what? Worth knowing. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed watching this episode, then click here, check out more episodes down there.
And remember, subscribe to and follow the newly relaunched Toyota Untold podcast. The link to that is in the description below.
Any final words?
No, it's been lovely having you here.
But now, off.
Now get out of here.
Okay, thanks very much. We'll leave the manual swap to you. You've got 2 hours. Bye!
See ya.